Are you ready for round 2 of this train wreck? Come on! Are you ready for round 2? Help me welcome back to the stage all your roasters. Roasters, get back up here. This is pathetic. 3 of them. Blake. Yeah. I purposely didn't both so everyone could see how much of a lush you are. Alright. This next roaster spent over a year of his life bravely serving his country in the Navy. Aboard the USS Big Gay Rainbow, where the captain called him my rear admiral and taught him to play the meat flute. Help me welcome to the stage, Jeff Curran.
I gotta tell you, this is an honor. I appreciate the invite. Thank you very much, Blake. But let's get to what's important. Joe Hapke, thank you. Appreciate it. You're my favorite leprechaun ever. When are you going to graduate? Seriously. How long have you been in school? I don't know how long it takes to become an elf, but you should graduate to that. Elf. Somebody else already did my elf and cookies joke, so I can't do that one.
Surprised it was me, anyway.
Pat Oswald wrote it first. Fuck both of you.
We'll get to you soon, Blake. Jared Cullum. Jared Cullum came up earlier. Give it up for Jared Cullum. Jared did his thing. He stayed 5 minutes longer than anybody really wanted him to. Thank you, Jared. Jared, what's the deal with the motorcycle? Serious. Actually, I can't even call it a motorcycle. It's more like a 50cc cry for help. Really. It's not good. And the haircut was sorely overdue. I started to picture you as James Dean, only fatter, gayer, and breathing. David Wingfield's here. He's not on stage. David Wingfield's a local comic. David, you fat, arrogant motherfucker. How many cake pops does it take to shut you the fuck up?
Holy shit!
I'm gonna buy every goddamn one of them and stick them in your cake hole. I just had to get that off my chest. James Polk made fun of me. James Polk, he killed it up here, but he made fun of me. He called me frat boy. It's called college, Jared. It's called college. Try it. Now, I had a hard time coming up with something for James Polk. He's very complex. He's like an onion. Like a very high, very hairy onion. With kids. Very high, very hairy, very sexy kids. David Murray Garland's here. David, where is he? I don't even know what to say about David Murray Garland. He scares me. He's the reason kids have bad dreams. That's basically what David Murray Garland is. He's also the reason kids wet the bed. He's the closest thing to the boogeyman I've ever seen. He's like a bisexual boogeyman, which is a song I'm gonna write one day because I think that's pretty good. Kenny Wingle, you'll see Kenny Wingle in a minute. Kenny Wingle is the closest thing to a black comic we have on the dais tonight. One, he's very tan. Plus, he has 2 illegitimate kids with white women. And they're fat white women. No, but Kenny Wingle's an American Indian. And I just gotta say how. Not how. How are you American Indian? I mean, you drink, but you're not an alcoholic. You gamble, but you don't own a casino. You're a comedian, but you're not funny. I think your ancestors, Indian gave you your heritage. I was funny when I wrote it down. Jason Klingman's here, all the way from Petersburg. I love Jason Klingman. Jason Klingman is widely known as the funniest man in Petersburg. But that's on par with being the prettiest girl in Petersburg. He's won that title as well, so it's can wrap all that up. Chris Martin's here, Christopher Martin. He goes by many names. A lot of us call him the Professor. He's also known as the creepiest man in the fan. That's another title that he holds. I like to call him the Wizard of Namble Park. It's a good thing he started writing jokes, or else he'd just start raping children in the city of Richmond. It'd be a pretty bad scene. Herschel Stratigo's here. He's also not on the dais, but he's a comedian that's here.
Herschel!
He's wearing a Phillies hat, which kind of pisses me off, to be honest with you.
It's because I'm your fan. I don't care about the Phillies. I love you.
I thought you were trying to steal my identity, to be honest with you. He'd be like a mini-me. Actually, he'd be more like a mini-me. My Herschel joke. Brown the Clown couldn't make it. But if you're wondering what he looks like, imagine if Ronald McDonald and Mr. Hankey gang raped Jodie Foster in her Nell role. On the pinball machine and the accused. That's basically what he is.
Yeah, that's high quality.
But now we'll step up to the man of the hour. One of my personal heroes. Blake, I took it upon myself to give you a nickname. I'm going to start calling you Double Down. You know the sandwich from KFC, the Double Down?
Yeah.
It's basically two fat, white pieces of breast meat with sausage, cheese, and goo slammed in the middle. So I think it's a good fit. Now, but Blake is dirty, filthy, he's horrible, but it's not his fault. I just recently learned he has Tourette syndrome, which was actually a relief to me, because all this time I thought he was just an asshole. Turns out he's a retard, which I can accept a lot easier. Blake never knew his dad. Which is sad.
Real talk.
We're on a fucking therapy session.
But based on experience, I think it might be Kenny Wingle. Because his mom is fat and white.
It's on, motherfucker.
Blake Midgette, or Midgette, if you pronounce it like an asshole. Blake is the reason Islamic men cut their women's clit out. Whenever I'm feeling blue and upset and down on my life, I think of Blake. Because his shitty life is so much better than Prozac. It really lifts me up when I'm feeling down. Now, but I got to thinking, I was like, why Austin? Why Austin? Of all the places to go, why Austin? I thought, I figured it out. He thinks there's a lot of autistic kids in Austin. Sweet, luscious, autistic kids. Am I wrong? That's just a theory. But, honestly, like, I really appreciated your brand of comedy. And, I mean, from the first time I saw you, you had me. You had me at mouth right to top. I gotta tell you, you had me. Blake Midgette, everybody.
That's Curran! Alright, we're gonna move along. We're gonna wait for this.
Don't be a cunt. Drink it.
This might get skewed.
Fuck.
Just want to repeat his name. That's all.
Fuck you, you can't defeat me.
All right. Your next comedian and roaster gets called homeless more often than he gets called funny. Welcome to the stage, Chris Martin.
Okay. I want to thank David Marie Garland for showing up. David Marie Garland's regular job is being the Travelocity gnome. Ray Bullock, the Vin Diesel of comedy in Richmond.
That's the thing I've heard all night.
Difference being that Vin Diesel actually has a career. Jared Cullum took time off from the Kierkegaards of Comedy tour with Thomas Burton, Martin Buber, and Paul Telleck. Jared Cullum is the first comedian to ever challenge organized religion. Breakthrough stuff, people.
God damn.
Kenny Wingle gave Blake Midgette a blanket as a going-away gift. Don't you hate those re-gifters? I guess that makes Kenny Wingle an Indian giver, but not one of those Capital One call center Indian givers. Joe Hafke. Let's give it up for our roast master, Joe Hafke. Whenever you see Joe Hafke do stand-up, you have to remember, hey, it's not random shouting, it's performance art. Watch for Joe Hafke in the upcoming TV movie, The Gary Coleman Story. It's a real stretch for him as an actor. Barack Obama says that his 11-year-old daughter, Malia, comes into his bathroom every morning and asks him, "Did you plug that hole yet, Daddy?" Which is interesting because Jeff Curran's 11-year-old daughter asked him the very same question in his bathroom every morning. Let it sink in, just like Jeff does. This is a roast for Blake Midgette, or as some people like to refer to him, the Chris Farley for the New American Century. What's the difference between Blake Midgette and John Belushi? John Belushi's liver's in better shape. What's the difference between Bob Saget and Blake Midgette? Blake Midgette wanted to fuck the Olsen twins when they were 12 years old. And Bob Saget actually fucked the Olsen twins when they were 12 years old. What's the difference between Blake's job as a day job as a dog groomer and Blake's job as a comedian at night? During the day he deals with dogs' assholes, and at night he deals with comedians. Assholes who are dogs. Let's put Blake Midgette in a historical perspective. He's fucked Richmond worse than anybody since with a beard. He's the worst person to fuck Richmond with a beard than anybody since 1865. I'm so tired of those redneck jokes. I'm starting a new paradigm. I'm starting a new meme. You might be Blake Midgette if. You might be Blake Midgette if you ask Baskin-Robbins to make Taint one of their 31 flavors. You might be Blake Midgette Midgette if you have the Virginia STD hotline on speed dial. You might be Blake Midgette if the double down is your favorite sandwich and your favorite sexual position. You might be Blake Midgette if you're always trying to get some of that Rob Loving. You might be Blake Midgette if you think Suntac is Chinese for happy ending. For Catholics, the big sin is sex. For Baptists, the big sin is liquor. For Blake Midgette, the big sin is no sex or liquor. Blake once had an epiphany on LSD, but he dumped her for an Emily.
Yes.
I'm not suggesting that Blake's been in some nasty vaginas. Insert your own joke here. But they're making a reality TV show about his sex life, and it's called Deadliest Snatches. Some of you may think that a junk shot is what BP did, where they pumped golf balls, shredded tires, and broken Obama campaign promises into the blood preventer. But actually, a junk shot is what Blake gets at the fan-free clinic. I'm not saying that Blake has issues with his father, but I have it on good authority that whenever he has sex, instead of saying, "Who's your daddy?" he says, "Where's my daddy?" Comedians that they're going to have to learn. Rule number 1, don't follow Blake Midgette. Rule number 2, don't follow Blake Midgette. Rule number 3, don't follow Blake Midgette. The only advantage to following Blake Midgette is no matter how filthy or nasty anything you say is, it will come off as relatively normal after Blake Midgette. After all, here's a guy who has as a punchline mouth raping a toddler. I want to thank Blake Midgette for keeping the memory of Taylor Beale alive.
I fucking love you, Chris Martin. I fucking love you. Wow. Oh, God. Damn.
I want to thank Blake Midgette for giving us a lot more information about furries, juggalos, cougars, chlamydia, and fisting than we really wanted to know. But I hope everyone really appreciates Blake's contributions to comedy in Richmond, especially Super Friends Camp, which is a showcase for Richmond comedians and other places. And unfortunately, unlike summer camp, people actually didn't get molested there. The drawback of Blake's stand-up is that his dynamic performance and his outrageous subject matter overshadows his truly great writing. Some people have called him a comedic genius. I don't think that's off the mark. And it's always been a blast to come to Cafe Diem and see Blake destroy an audience, and then come back 2 weeks later and you'd think he couldn't do it, you'd think it wouldn't be possible, but he would take it to a whole other level. So Blake, we're going to miss you. We really are going to miss you. We hate to see you go. We realize that you're going to have to move on in order to advance as an artist or to avoid child support. Whichever explanation seems more plausible. Take care, my friend. And also as a gesture of appreciation, I'm the one-up guy. I have some condoms too for Blake. However, they are female condoms. So now Blake will be able to engage in safe fisting, something I know we're all looking forward to.
Good luck, next guy. Speaking of your next guy, this next roaster, he hosts the Buckin Comedy Throwdown at Gibson's Grill, for which the winner gets a cowbell. Cowbell, cowboy, cowboys and Indians. You're an Indian. That makes that ironic. That's like 10,000 spoons when all you really needed was a knife. Or like 10,000 blankets when all you needed was a vaccine. Fuck your people, Kenny. Please welcome to the stage a funny ass guy and a good friend, Kenny Wingle. Oh, that beautiful Mary, thanks. Fucking cowbell. Next round, we're giving away knick-knack, Joe. You got a shot at winning something. Joe. All right, silence. Fuck y'all. I don't give a shit. I'm doing this. Off notes. Everything's the truth tonight, man. All bullshitting aside, we're throwing the gloves off. You guys been having a good time tonight? Hearing a lot of shit tonight. Scout's honor. Tell the truth. If you don't believe me, just ask the troop leader from Boy Scouts Troop 269, David Marie Garland over there. Troop leader, 269. Figure it out. I'll wait for y'all. It's an awesome day it's up here. Ron Rogers is here. Nobody's talking about you for all night. Why?
Nobody knows me.
Nobody knows.
I just know that guy.
All right, stop talking, dude. Nobody knows you. Enough said. It's my first index card out of the way. They say that 2 out of 10 comics steal jokes. Ray Bullock and Jason Klingman are here. Give it up for them. Ray Bullock's a legend of comedy. I call him the man, the myth, the legend of Richmond comedy. And I gotta tell you, Ray Bullock has never told one of my jokes that I didn't like. Card 2 out of the way. Chris B. Martin. I gotta tell you, dude, the "Where's my daddy" shit is the best line of the night, right? That's hands down. The fucking professor is what we call him. I don't know why. I think we should call he's more like an Einstein, because he's like borderline nutso, borderline genius. Last time I was at Cafe Diem, he says some ridiculous shit and you just don't know about him, really. Last time I was at Cafe Diem, I'm standing outside, and if you don't know, Chris Martin drives a female 10-speed everywhere he goes. Right? It's got a little dip in the bar, which I don't understand. It's fun. Why is your coochie more important than my balls? But I'm standing outside Cafe Diem, and Chris Martin walks up, and I'm like, "Hey Chris, where's your bike?" He was like, "I parked it a couple blocks over." I said, "Why?" He's chewing his gum. For the exercise. Alright. Hi, weed. Fuck that. Joke. Yeah, that was it. Card 3. Jared Cullum's here. Round of applause for Jared. Jared's a vegetarian. Cool dude, vegetarian. I think he was raised Catholic, which makes me understand why he doesn't want meat in his mouth anymore.
all y'all. Let's go all at Blake. Jeff Curran. The Dirty Phillies hat. And your fan club of one. Herschel. Stratejo. Jeff Curran has a joke. One of his jokes, he talks about his wife and how hot his wife is. And gloves off, she's really not that hot. Where's my beer? I should have known Ray had my beer. So your wife's hot. Yeah, she's hot. Can I get another beer, Tony?
Yeah.
Joe Hafke!
Yay!
Roastmaster.
He's over there.
Can you guys move that chair so I can see Joe? A lot of people don't know shit about Joe. Joe comes from a big family. He's got 6 brothers, and a couple weeks ago, I got to spend some time with his family, which was awesome because I knew this roast was coming up, and I was like, this is going to be some critical shit. Joe has 6 brothers. You guys didn't know that, did you? No. And I got to hang out with him, and I'm sitting around, and we're all talking, and I'm like, hey, so you guys are a pretty big family. Did Joe have any, did he have a nickname growing up? And his little brother stepped up and said, yeah, we called him Dopey.
7 dwarfs.
Yeah, do the math. I don't know. Ray Bullock's going to tell that joke again tomorrow, and it'll be funny. I got a chance to talk to Joe's whole family. I got to talk to his dad. His dad's a pretty funny dude. Right, Joe? That's where you get all your comedy from? Joe's dad. And I was talking to Joe's dad, and I said, did Joe, did you ever ask Joe what he wanted to be when he grows up? He said, yeah, I asked Joe what he wants to be when he grows up. I said, what did he say? He said he wanted to be a comedian. You're almost there, Joe. You're almost there. Joe's been awesome, though, man. Big round of applause for Joe. Putting on doing this show here at Cafe Diem. He's always been welcoming to like upstart comedians like myself and most of his days, except for Ray. And I overheard Joe talking one time to this young comedian. I gained a lot of respect for Joe because of this. And the upstart comedian was like, you got any good advice for a comedian that's starting out? Joe said, yeah. Just set your goals high. The comedian looked at Joe and he said, you mean like kitchen counter high? I'm having fun. But then, like 2 days after that, I smoked weed with Joe. And then I realized that he meant to set your goals high, literally. Which is not a good idea, Joe, which I didn't tell you at the time, but you probably shouldn't set your goals high because then they start getting ridiculous. Like James Polk ridiculous. Ridiculous. There's one thing you don't want to do. That's one thing you don't want to do, Joe, is set your goals while you're high. You don't want to go over your, you don't want to set your own life chores because they get ridiculous. Shit for Joe is like, graduate college before I'm 28. Grow 12 inches. That was a long index card. You see your name right here, John? James Polk? Give it up for James Polk, the broke Ron Burgundy. James Polk's letting his hair grow out again. James looks like my balls 20 years from now. after nut disease and a horrific mountain biking accident. He shaved his beard down considerably. His beard used to look like David Marie Garland's, except for less pubely. Yes, pubely. That's pubic-like. For you guys that are not going to VCU. Blake! What's up, fucker?
Hi.
It's awesome. It's so fitting to see you in a chair from a Craigslist curb alert. Where are those gloves? Blake has fucked a lot of women. And there's some here. He told me. I know you girls are here. How about a round of applause for the girls that Blake fucked that are here? How about that? See, ladies, you enjoy that, right? Yeah. Now this is the second time you get a clap from Blake Midgette. Where's your daddy?
Good joke.
I'm done. I don't know, man. I want to thank Blake for knowledge that I really don't give a shit about, but I've learned more about fisting in the past 6 months than I would ever want to know about fisting. And I thank you for it in some odd way. I don't know what else. I tell you what, this is what we did, man. This is what I did for you, Blake. Or all the comics did for you. We got you, you're moving to Austin, Texas, so what we did is we got you some boxing gloves. Right here. Gloves off, like we said. Alright? They all signed them, said what they wanted to say, and I guess the whole reason and the symbol behind these gloves, and it's written on here, but in a tribute to your just pure fucking nastiness and your fisting ways, we had to prepare you correctly for the state of Texas. Because everything is bigger in Texas. So, you're gonna need gloves to fist in Texas. But I really respect what you do, man. I wish you the best. And we're glad you're getting the fuck out of here. Congratulations.